my college girlfriend, who was my first serious girlfriend because high school was great, my college girlfriend and I had to split up. I was going off to grad school. She was going into her junior year. It didn't seem like it was going to be a great pairing going forward. And we just kind of had to work through a lot of what that meant. So I was vacating my apartment, and she was moving into her first apartment. And there was just a lot of, like, those logistics, right? Like, CDs. This was a long time ago. Just a lot of conversations about, like, yeah, but what do we do now? I had been her entire college, like, social connection. And we just had, like, all those, like, hanging chads, I call them, in a relationship. And I was just trying to figure out what to do. I'd made some promises over the previous year and a half, some of which I could keep and some of which I definitely could not. One of which was, we'll live in the White House someday. That's not going so great, folks, on a lot of levels. Something I had also promised her, much more mundane, was that at some point in my life, I would buy her a kitten. I am deathly allergic to cats. She requested several times over, will you get me a kitten someday? Sure. Seemed like a good idea at the time, right? And so I just kept this in mind as we're splitting up and figuring out where to go with our lives. And then an opportunity came out of AOL Instant Messenger in the form of an away message. Yeah, I told you it was a long time ago. My friend Melody, who's still a dear friend, her away message was, hey, my friend, her cat just had a litter. Is anybody looking for kittens? And I said, oh, look at this. Kittens on AOL Instant Messenger. And Eve, the girlfriend, didn't know anything, ex-girlfriend, I should say, didn't know anything about my AOL Instant Messenger plans. And so I messaged Melody and I said, hey, how do I kind of go on about this? She said, oh, you just kind of come over to the apartment. And I said, to be clear, this is for my ex-girlfriend. And Melody just kind of like paused. Sure. Seems like a thing you should do, Neil. Great. And so Eve and Melody and I went to visit a litter of kittens. And Eve adopted a kitten whose name is Cheat. Cheat's doing very well to this day. Cheat lives in North Carolina. But to be fair, this story is not so much about Eve or Melody or Cheat, the great cat. The story is about how cool I am. So just strap in for another minute, folks. So I thought, great, if she gets this kitten, we're leaving on kind of a high note, 5-star Yelp review for this guy as he graduates college, and everything will be great going forward. And about 2 years later, I met a band in a bar in Rochester, New York, which is the best way to meet bands, to be honest. And I really just liked this band. I hit it off with the lead guy. We drank a lot during the show and hung out afterwards. And I just decided to follow them online and figure out what they're up to. And then one day they announced a contest. They were having a new album, and it's called The World's Best Ex-Boyfriend. And the contest was, are you the world's best ex-boyfriend? The best ex-boss? The best ex-anything? Tell us your story. And so in about 300 words, I wrote to Ad Frank and the Fast, Easy Women, and I said, here's why I am the world's best ex-boyfriend. And about 3 weeks later, they emailed me back and they said, Neil, yes, you are the world's best ex-boyfriend. Here is a free t-shirt. Thank you.